Bryce should be playing tonight. And I've harped on this week, but seemingly every single minute I get another reason or another. I mean, just today I learned Josh Allen's going to play this Saturday. Patrick Mahomes is going to play this weekend. C.J. Stroud is going to play this weekend. They're all playing in the first preseason game. Bryce Young isn't. If you don't trust me, maybe you trust Andy Reid on how to draft and develop a quarterback, considering he might be the best to ever do it. He's playing Patrick Mahomes. And all of the reasons that you could come up with for the Chiefs to be playing Patrick Mahomes apply to Bryce Young and probably more. All of the reasons you can come up with that the Bills would be playing Josh Allen apply to Bryce Young and probably more. And the flip side is true as well. All of the reasons you could possibly give me for why Bryce Young shouldn't be playing probably apply to Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen more, right? Oh, what if Bryce Young gets hurt? Can you imagine if Patrick Mahomes got hurt? Oh, Patrick Mahomes is only playing because he has a couple of new wide receivers that he needs to get used to. Can you understand how many new parts of the offense are in Carolina right now? Well, Josh Allen has to play because he didn't have a preseason last year with Joe Brady, his new play caller. Bryce Young hasn't even had a regular season week with his new play caller. Joe Brady took over halfway through last year.
Mm-hmm. And he has new wide receivers.
He has new wide receivers. He has new offensive line. He has a new coach. He has a new play caller. He has a new lease on life. Just not tonight. What is going on? Dave Canales, the obviously the head coach and the play caller and the offensive designer and the decision maker when it comes to this, spoke to the media on Tuesday about the pros and cons of Bryce not playing.
Yeah, so different situation last year in Tampa. We had a quarterback competition, Kyle Trask and Baker Mayfield, so we wanted them out there getting those opportunities. This is different. We know who our guy is, and he's doing a fantastic job. The growth and all that matters. I've seen the plus side of going out there and just being able to, have the cadences, the mixes, the plays coming in, the play clock, the situations and all that. Those are really important as well. But I also know, we're depending on those guys too. So the flip side of that too, which we've seen some different models around the league, is let's make sure that we're throwing those situations at them, getting our move the ball periods so that we can function and see where we're at.
Again, the cons apply to the other quarterbacks, and the pros apply less to the other quarterbacks. Yet they're still playing. Occasionally you think maybe like, I'm just overreacting. But then you see the established teams consistently making the decision that you agree with, and you're like, well, maybe it's not just me. Maybe we're onto something here.
I mean, gosh, could you imagine me? Knock on wood, I do not hope this happens, but if Mahomes or Josh Allen got hurt this weekend, you kidding me? People would be calling for the banning of preseason games.
Literally.
It really would.
Literally.
And for coaches to be fired and GMs to be fired, the whole deal. People want heads to roll if that happened.
Yet they're still playing.
Because guess what? They're paid to play.
Well, actually, their salaries are divided up into 18 week checks, and they don't get any. The preseason's like a stipend that does not apply, so they're not paid for the preseason.
Fair point.
The one question I'll ask is, and I saw this was given to me by somebody on Twitter as justification. Is it enough that Andy Dalton is hurt, and you're just terrified that if Bryce tweaks something and he's out a week, that you would have essentially no quarterback that you're confident in for the week or two until Andy Dalton gets back?
I did see a lot of people on our YouTube comments suggesting that hey, if Andy Dalton wasn't hurt, maybe Bryce is actually playing. Which I'm like, all right, I can't, I see the reasoning behind it. All right, I could buy that a little bit.
It's one of the better answers I've been given.
I mean, okay, that's justifiable. I get that. Because you're literally, if Bryce gets hurt,
Jack Plummer is taking all the snaps.
You're literally,
Jake Luton is taking all the snaps, and that does put a big wrench in the system, kind of your development. So I'll give you that a little bit. But at the same time, I mean, if that's the case, put Bryce Young in bubble wrap. Don't let him drive home because there's other drivers on the road. Right? Just get him a inflatable mattress in a storage closet and keep eyes on him. Put security guards outside. Like, part of playing football is you gotta play football. You know, we're gonna air a conversation later today that I had with Mike Glennon. So bookmark that as about 4:45. And we talked about this. And one of the things he brought up from that he remembers from his first preseason game in the NFL is during NFL practices, he said it's a weird thing, and again, you'll hear it in his voice at about 4:45. He said there's a lot of people behind you in practice. A lot of coaches, a lot of players, the other quarterbacks, everyone's standing behind the ball on the field so they can see what the quarterback sees, right? He goes, you get out there in preseason, it feels kind of lonely, right? It feels like there's nobody back there, right? And you're out there by yourself. And it's that you need, right? It's a small thing, but you need that. Like, that's why you can't just say like, oh, well, joint practices happen, so that's like a preseason game. It's like, well, no, because there's still like a different feeling in practice, right? You need that game feeling. So I don't necessarily need Bryce to play well tonight. I don't care if they win or not. I care that tonight is an opportunity for Bryce Young to be better prepared for week 1, which is all I really care about, right? Once the season starts, that's all anybody cares about. It's a results-based business. Tonight is an opportunity for Bryce Young to get better prepared for week 1, and he isn't getting better tonight. He isn't. And the fact is, everyone you're trying to chase seemingly is getting better. Right? Josh Allen, right? You never know. What do we hear about the best athletes in the world? They have like weird, almost photographic memories, right? I'm watching the Team USA men's basketball right now. By the way, just closed the gap against Serbia to 9 points. So Team USA now trails Serbia by 9 with 6:40 left in the third quarter. LeBron James is this way, where when he's mic'd up, the coach will say like, all right, we need to guard this action differently. And LeBron will go, well, why don't we do like we did against Dallas 3 years ago in that game in November? And the coach is like, what the heck are you talking about? Like, explain it to me.
Which game?
Yeah. Was Luka, was he healthy? Like you got to go through the whole thing. But he has that recall, which is crazy. But you never know when one of those things is going to happen, right? Josh Allen might pick up in a preseason game something that he can go to Keon Coleman 7 weeks from now when the regular season games matter and go, hey, Keon, remember in that first preseason game when I went over and explained to you need to cut in front of the corner? Forget that. The way the corner's playing, go over the top like you did in that first game. Bryce, meanwhile, will say, hey, remember that preseason game 1? Yeah, I was wearing a hoodie. It was fun. I got to watch Drake. May. Remember that? Like, it's different. And is it, by the way, before YouTube comments, Twitter comments, occasionally I just want to get ahead of it. Is it the biggest deal in the world? No. This is not the biggest deal in the world. The overreaction comments, which I'm sure are coming, fine. But the Panthers, like, they can't pass up an opportunity to get 1% of 1% better. I don't care how small the steps are. They need to be stepping in the right direction. Stagnant doesn't help you chase down everyone else in the league. And make no mistake about it, after last season, you are behind everyone else in the league. You're the worst team in the NFL last year. If there's an opportunity for you to get 1% of 1% better, you can't afford to pass that up.